Have you ever wondered what makes a Sigma male so captivating? Is it his confidence, his independence, or the way he effortlessly moves through the world without seeking approval? But here's the kicker. There's something specific he says that leaves 99.9% of women unable to resist him. Think about it. You've probably seen or heard about that one guy who walks into a room and commands attention without trying. He's not flashy. He doesn't brag. And yet, everyone is drawn to him, especially women. What's his secret? It's not just what he does, it's how he speaks. Sigma males have a unique way with words, calculated charm that hits differently. But don't get it twisted, this isn't about cheesy pickup lines or rehearsed compliments. No. The Sigma man's words are rooted in authenticity, self-assurance, and emotional intelligence. He doesn't speak to impress. He speaks to connect. In this video, we'll uncover 10 powerful things Sigma males say that make them irresistible to women. We'll break down the psychology behind these phrases and why they work so well. So if you've ever wanted to command respect and admiration with your words, stay tuned. You're about to learn from the best. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join a community that values independence, confidence, and authentic living. Now, let's discover the irresistible power of Sigma male communication. Reason 1, I'm not looking for approval. When a Sigma male says, I'm not looking for approval, it hits differently. It's not just a statement, it's a shockwave of confidence. In a culture where so many people rely on likes, compliments, or validation to feel valuable, this one sentence separates him from the crowd. It is the verbal equivalent of emotional sovereignty. He does not measure his worth through the eyes of others, and that alone makes him unforgettable. For women, hearing these words feels refreshing, almost unreal. Most men hide pieces of themselves to appear more likable or attractive. They change opinions to fit in, laugh too hard just to be accepted, or agree with things they don't believe just to avoid rejection. The Sigma male does none of that. He's comfortable in his own skin. He trusts his intuition. He speaks his truth, and he stands on it with quiet confidence, not aggression, not defensiveness, just certainty. This level of self-assurance is rare, and rare is always attractive. Women instinctively pick up on emotional strength. When a man doesn't need approval, he immediately signals maturity, stability, and self-worth. He's not seeking permission to exist. He's not desperate for attention. And he's not playing the exhausting game of trying to impress everyone. That calm confidence creates an aura, mysterious, magnetic, and deeply compelling. And here's where it gets even more powerful. When a Sigma male rejects the need for approval, he also rejects the fear of rejection. Most people censor themselves because they're afraid to be judged. They overthink every word, every message, every move. A Sigma male isn't held hostage by that fear. He can say what he means and walk away if someone doesn't like it. He doesn't chase acceptance. He doesn't beg for validation. He lives by his values, even when others don't understand them. This makes him fearless in conversations and interactions. He's not rehearsing lines or calculating how to appear impressive. He's simply being himself, and paradoxically, that authenticity is what pulls people toward him. Women especially notice this. It's not arrogance, it's purity of character. He's not posturing or pretending. He's real, and real is rare. Because he isn't looking for approval, he also becomes unpredictable in the best way. You can't manipulate him with praise or guilt. You can't control him with flattery. You can't pressure him into changing who he is just to be liked. And that unpredictability creates intrigue. Women start wondering, what makes him so confident? What is he thinking? Why doesn't he care what people think? That curiosity becomes attraction. For women, this phrase is more than a statement, it's an invitation into a different kind of world. A world where confidence does not need to be loud, where a man does not bend or shrink himself to be accepted, and where connection is built on honesty, not performance. In a society full of pretenders, the Sigma male stands out because he lives by one powerful rule: his worth is self-defined. Reason 2, I value my peace over drama. In a world where conflict is normal and chaos is often romanticized, a Sigma male's devotion to peace is a rare and powerful trait. When he says, I value my peace over drama, he's not just making a casual statement, he's revealing how he lives, thinks, and relates to others. This is a man who has outgrown the need to argue, prove himself, or stay in toxic relationships just to avoid being alone. He understands that mental peace is priceless, and he will protect it at all costs. Women find this deeply attractive because many have experienced relationships filled with jealousy, arguments, emotional manipulation, or constant insecurity. A man who values peace stands out because he offers something most people are not used to: emotional stability. His presence feels safe, calm, and grounded. He's not the type to start unnecessary fights, stir up drama, or play mind games. Instead, he is steady, calm even when others try to provoke him, rational even when the situation becomes emotional, and composed in moments where most men would lose control. This phrase also shows emotional maturity. It means he has learned from his past. He's seen what drama does to people, the stress, the exhaustion, the wasted energy, and he refuses to let that into his life. He doesn't entertain constant arguments, guilt tactics, or manipulative behaviors. If someone brings chaos, he steps back instead of reacting. That's not weakness, that's discipline. And here's what makes it even more powerful. When he says he values peace, he's also expressing his standards. He's not closing his heart or avoiding relationships. He's saying he welcomes connection, but only if it's healthy, respectful, and real. He will invest in a woman emotionally, but not at the cost of losing himself. That boundary is strong, respectful, and deeply attractive. Women admire a man who can stay calm instead of exploding, who can walk away from drama instead of feeding it, and who knows how to communicate instead of fight. It shows he is self-aware, emotionally intelligent, and secure. A man like this doesn't need chaos to feel important. He doesn't need to dominate a conversation or win an argument. He chooses peace because peace makes him powerful. Most importantly, valuing peace means he values his mental health, his goals, and his emotional well-being. He surrounds himself with people who uplift him, not drain him. He focuses on growth, not conflict. And he protects his inner world the same way others protect their pride. For a woman, being with a man who values peace means safety, not just physical, but emotional and mental. She knows she won't wake up to petty arguments, silent treatments, or manipulation. She knows he will communicate respectfully, set boundaries clearly, and solve problems maturely. So when a Sigma male says, "I value my peace over drama," he's really saying this. I choose growth over chaos. I choose clarity over confusion. I choose maturity over emotional games. I choose relationships that build, not destroy. And that level of emotional strength is irresistible. Reason 3, I'm not afraid to walk away. Confidence comes in many forms: body language, communication, ambition, but nothing reveals true confidence more clearly than the ability to walk away from anything that threatens your peace, dignity, or self-respect. When a Sigma male says, "I'm not afraid to walk away," he's stating something most people can't even imagine doing. Many cling to relationships, friendships, and situations even when they're toxic, because they fear being alone, rejected, or judged. A Sigma male is the opposite. He refuses to be controlled by attachment, fear, or emotional dependence. This statement shows emotional strength on a deeper level. A Sigma male does not stay in someone's life just for attention, validation, or comfort. He stays only when there is mutual respect, effort, and loyalty. The moment a relationship becomes one-sided, manipulative, disrespectful, or draining, he knows it's time to leave. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect. He understands that holding on to the wrong person delays the right opportunities, the right energy, and the right people. And here's what makes it even more powerful. He doesn't threaten to walk away, he simply will. There's no drama, no shouting, no emotional games. He doesn't beg people to change, and he doesn't try to prove his worth. He quietly steps back, protects his peace, and moves forward. That silence speaks louder than any argument ever could. For women, this mindset is magnetic because it shows a rare level of emotional independence. Most men tolerate disrespect just to avoid conflict or loneliness. But a Sigma male knows his value. He refuses to chase someone who takes him for granted. He won't be controlled through manipulation, guilt, or emotional pressure. He wants love, not dependency, connection, not control. And here's the truth many forget. Real strength isn't holding on. Real strength is knowing when to let go. Walking away means he won't accept half-hearted effort. He won't stay where he's not appreciated. He won't shrink himself to be tolerated. He won't sacrifice his mental peace just to keep someone in his life. It also means he has mastered one of life's hardest lessons: not everyone is meant to stay. People who truly value him will respect him. Those who don't will lose him, and that's a loss he's willing to let happen. This ability to walk away makes him mysterious, unpredictable, and deeply respected. Women can sense that he is not emotionally dependent, and that forces them to treat him with a certain level of seriousness and admiration. They know he's not stuck. They know he's not afraid to be alone. And there is nothing more attractive than a man who chooses someone, not because he needs them, but because he genuinely values them. In a world full of people terrified of being left, the Sigma male stands out because he knows that sometimes the most powerful move is walking away. Reason 4, I'm focused on my goals. When a Sigma male says, "I'm focused on my goals," he's not bragging, he's stating a truth that defines the way he lives. It means his priorities are clear, his direction is set, and his energy is invested in building something meaningful. In a world where many people drift through life searching for attention, approval, or entertainment, the Sigma male stands out because he's walking a path with purpose. His life is mission-driven, not validation-driven. This instantly makes him intriguing. Women notice when a man has ambition, not just dreams, but discipline behind those dreams. A Sigma doesn't waste his time proving his worth to others or competing for attention. He doesn't rely on applause, likes, or compliments to stay motivated. His drive comes from within. He knows where he's heading, and he refuses to be distracted by drama, toxic people, or meaningless pursuits. This kind of focus is rare, and rarity is irresistible. A Sigma male's mindset shows maturity. He's already chosen his future before the world tries to shape it for him. He's not looking for someone to complete him or define him. He's building himself first. And that alone makes him attractive. Women see a man who is serious about his life, not someone wasting years chasing temporary thrills, shallow validation, or superficial relationships. What makes this even more compelling is that he doesn't talk about his goals to impress anyone. He pursues them because they matter to him. Whether it's career, self-improvement, financial independence, or mastering a skill, he works quietly and consistently. He values progress more than attention. And that self-sufficiency sends a powerful message. He doesn't need the world behind him to keep moving forward. This mindset also shows discipline. When everyone else gives up, gets distracted, or settles, the Sigma keeps going. He sacrifices short-term comfort for long-term success. He's willing to isolate, focus, and grind because greatness requires commitment. Women can sense this dedication, and it naturally earns their respect. But there's a deeper layer too. A Sigma male focuses on his goals because he understands a fundamental truth: if a man is not building, he is decaying. He knows purpose is what strengthens the mind, shapes character, and protects a man from becoming lost in the world. His mission gives him identity, direction, and confidence. For women, this is magnetic. They don't just see a man, they see a future. They see stability, leadership, and vision. They see someone who is building something real, not someone who is drifting through life hoping things magically fall into place. And here's the irony. Because he's focused on his goals, he becomes even more attractive without trying. He's not chasing anyone. He's not trying to impress. He's not available to just anyone. He's selective with his time, energy, and attention, and that scarcity makes him even more valuable. While other men chase temporary pleasure, the Sigma male builds legacy. That difference alone sets him apart, and it's exactly why women can't help but admire him. Reason 5, I'm not here to please everyone. Most people spend their lives trying to impress others, seeking approval, validation, and acceptance at every step. They change their opinions to fit in, hide their true personalities to be liked, and sacrifice their standards just to avoid conflict. But the Sigma male operates on a completely different wavelength. When he says, "I'm not here to please everyone," he means it, and he lives it. This mindset is one of the core foundations of his identity. He would rather stand alone in truth than be surrounded by people who only appreciate a watered-down version of him. Instead of adjusting his beliefs to make others comfortable, he stays loyal to who he is, even if it makes him stand out. To a Sigma, authenticity is non-negotiable. If someone doesn't like him, that's fine, he never asked for their approval in the first place. To women, this quality is both bold and refreshing. Most men try too hard, trying to impress, trying to be liked, trying to be chosen. The Sigma male is the opposite. He won't shapeshift just to gain attention, and he won't compromise his values to earn anyone's affection. This makes him rare, unpredictable, and incredibly intriguing. Women see a man who does not need validation to feel valuable, and that level of self-respect is magnetic. But here's what makes this trait even more powerful: it's not arrogance, and it's not rebellion. The Sigma isn't trying to be difficult or defiant. He simply understands that not everyone will appreciate him, and he's perfectly at peace with that. He's polite, respectful, and composed, but he's selective about who he lets close. He values real, genuine connections, not shallow attention or meaningless acceptance. While others chase approval, the Sigma chases authenticity. He knows that trying to please everyone is the fastest way to lose yourself. And nothing attracts more than a man who stands firm in who he is. Final words. And that wraps up today's deep dive into why 99.9% of women can't resist Sigma males when they say these 5 powerful things. But remember, this isn't just about sounding confident or acting mysterious. It's much bigger than that. It's about adopting a mindset built on self-respect, independence, and unbreakable inner strength. These traits aren't performed, they're lived. If you're still here at this point in the video, it says something about you. You're not interested in ordinary thinking. You're not here for shallow advice or surface-level motivation. You're curious, analytical, and ready to step outside the box. You want to understand psychology, behavior, and the deeper power behind being unshakably yourself. That's what the Sigma mindset represents, a refusal to be controlled, categorized, or limited by society's expectations. Being a Sigma male, or simply embracing the Sigma philosophy, is not about rebellion for attention. It's about freedom, mental, emotional, and spiritual freedom. It's about walking your own path, even when no one understands it. It's about defining your worth on your own terms and refusing to let anyone dictate what you should be, how you should act, or what you should want. And that level of self-possession is rare. It's powerful. And it changes everything, your confidence, your relationships, and the way the world responds to you. This channel exists for people like you, people who think differently. People who are tired of the noise, the fakery, the competition, the jealousy, and the endless chase for external approval. Here, we break down real psychology, not fluff. We talk strategy, mindset, power, self-respect, emotional discipline, and social intelligence. Everything you need to evolve into a stronger, wiser, and more controlled version of yourself. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join a rapidly growing community of lone wolves, thinkers, challengers, and leaders who are done settling for mediocrity. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you never miss a video, because every new upload is designed to help you sharpen your mind, elevate your standards, and upgrade your life. Until next time, remember this. You don't exist to please the world. You exist to become your best self. Live unapologetically. Stay focused. Keep evolving. Keep thriving. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.